Hey, ladies, welcome to today's episode. We're going to be talking about what is killing your online business success. And I don't know, this could be one of the top killers. I'm going to share with you something that drives me absolutely crazy, and I hope it hits home. Either it's something that you've experienced or something that you're walking through. Yeah, you guys, your mind is about to be blown. Are you a Holy Spirit-led woman called to build a faith-based online business that disrupts the culture, sets people free, and leaves a legacy for the generations? If so, welcome to the Set Apart Online Business Podcast, the podcast for Christian coaches, course creators, entrepreneurs, and ministry leaders who are ready to scale to 6 and 7 figures without compromising their calling, and all while building set-apart families and set-apart businesses. I'm your host, Ashley June, MBA, 7-figure business coach, homeschool mama of 3, and founder of Eden, the Mastermind, and the Selah Collective group coaching program. I help women like you launch, grow, and scale biblically based online businesses that create income, impact, and kingdom legacy in less time. I'm talking 5 to 15 hours a week. You can build a life of freedom for your family through building generational wealth, and all while having fun. So yes, ladies, I am often surfing in Costa Rica or sneaking away on ski trips in our beautiful Colorado mountains with my little crew. Here, we talk about business strategy, funnels, sales, launching, scaling, motherhood, culture, and the Holy Spirit edge of entrepreneurship. Because building a set-apart online business means stepping into the business battlefield with boldness, discernment, and the armor of God. Because God has set you apart and you don't have to build your online business like the world. So grab your electrolytes or reheat that same cup of coffee for the 3rd time, and let's step into today's episode with big visions and radical boldness. Let's go, girls. Okay, ladies, this is going to totally be a ranty episode for you guys today. There is one thing that drives me crazy when it comes to the online world. And I would even say this is something that goes beyond, the online world. This is something in everyday life. This is this is a character flaw or trait of someone who you might spend a lot of time with, right? And I'm going to talk about it from the perspective of whether it's clients, team members, peers, but there's this one thing that I cannot stand, and I'm going to tell you about it in just a minute. So before I get into it, ladies, go download our 0 to 100K guide. If you are looking to get your online business to your first 6 figures in the next 12 months, I am going to paint the picture for you and the exact steps that you need to take in order to make this happen online. Literally, I'm going to share with you exactly what I did to get to my first 6 figures in less than 12 months when I finally got really, really focused on what I was actually trying to do online. And I'm giving you the cheat code. It's an amazing 40+ page guide. Go download it now. The link is in the show notes. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to be ranting. Okay. I'm going to be ranting today. And, it's this one thing that I cannot stand. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, you guys. This one thing makes my blood boil, right? Whether it's clients, team members, peers, I could even say spouse, children. Like, I don't know what it is about this one thing, but like my blood starts to boil when I am around this. And you guys, that is bad attitudes. I freaking hate bad attitudes. And I know that we all walk through stuff and we are all entitled to have our feelings about stuff and to communicate things, when we are bothered by something or whatever. This doesn't mean that you can never vent, you guys, but if this is how you walk around life from a posture of a bad attitude, it is killing you, okay? It's killing your business, it's killing your family, it's killing any potential that you would have, and it's honestly probably killing your health too. I mean, there is like a reason that specifically gratitude changes your brain chemistry, right? And so all that to say, I could go on and on about the science of bad attitudes if we want to look at it from a psychological, point of view. But the Bible is very, very clear that bad attitudes are not going to win, right? We're called to speak life, not death, right? And so I just kind of want to walk through a couple things here because I see this online a lot. And my first little comment on this is that whiners will never win, okay? And I want to make this so clear. If you grumble and whine, you will spend 40 years in the wilderness, okay? you will literally spend 40 years in the wilderness, okay? In your marriage, in your business, as a parent, as a friend, as a as a business owner. Like, if you grumble and whine, you're going to spend a lot of time in the wilderness, and that does not sound like very much fun, right? At all. So it is a horrible character trait. And the problem is, I think it's really addictive. I think it's, really addictive for people who their brain has been, wired and has strengthened the whiny pathways, right? And so if you are a whiner, then your pathways are being strengthened to do this more. It's like, it feels so natural. It feels like the next step thing, right? But I want to tell you something. Honestly, the cream of the crop is too busy building their dreams than they are whining, okay? I literally do not know if I have ever met a single successful person who is a whiner. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but like, I'm thinking about successful people, and that doesn't mean they don't have hard days, or maybe they don't have something that they need to process and kind of like walk through, right? But like, the successful people that I have met in my life are visionaries, they're dreamers, they have walked through maybe a lot of hardship, but like really turned, those lemons into lemonade. And I don't think I've truly seen someone who is just like a serial whiner be successful. And so I'm calling this out today because it is something, like I said, that like it boils my butt. My blood. I hate when I have to be around like whiny people. And this is maybe just a personal thing of mine, like this could be like my own irritation or something like that. But like, good Lord, you guys, I am very thankful that I had parents that did not let me whine, right? I had parents who were very focused on the character aspect side of things and, pushing us to do better, dream bigger, work hard, right? Like, do things with a good attitude, right? And I mean, God calls us, like the Bible literally says, like, do everything as if you were doing it for the Lord, right? Run your business as if you were doing it for the Lord. Show up for your kids as if you were doing it for the Lord. And I'm not going to say I'm perfect in any of these areas, you guys, right? But like, we are truly called to do everything as if we were doing it for the Lord. Okay. And so I want to talk a little bit about like when you have clients that have a bad attitude, because this can be a really hard dynamic to be in, right? And this could also coincide with maybe team members or just like someone that you're spending, time with. But specifically in the business setting, I wouldn't say that I have to deal with this very fortunately, or very often, fortunately. But when I do, I am definitely counting down the days to like the contract ending, right? And I think when I have to be in situations with people who, like I can't control how they're responding to things or how they're reacting to things, like I actually have to persevere through it. And like I have to, persevere in terms of being patient with that person who has a bad attitude or who is whining about all the things, right? And so the thing is though, like as a coach in the online world, for one, you can help call this out in people, right? You can show people a mirror to what is going on internally and they should thank you for it, right? Because God has called us to speak life and not death. And obviously if you do this, you want to be sensitive. Someone could turn something and take it the wrong way. And that's, always kind of a scary thing, but if you walk in that God-given authority, if you speak the truth in love, right? Like hopefully they'll thank you for it. Right. And so the thing is though, like you still have to fulfill your obligations, even if people are whining, right? Or like have a bad attitude around you. And I think that's like one of the hardest parts, sometimes when you try to be someone who shows up with joy and try to be someone who, like works hard to have a good attitude. It's hard when you like get kind of thrust into an environment or a relationship or a dynamic with someone where that's not how they're coming at the world, right? And so there's also kind of a fine need for boundaries and whatnot, like if it gets too deep, right? But if you're blaming a coach or someone else for why you're not successful, I do think it's a really good opportunity to do some self-reflection. And if you notice that you can only seem to find things wrong with everything around you or everyone around you, I want you to think about like, what you're building and what you're doing and like where you need a heart check, right? Because, it's like when these roots of bitterness, because I think whining is probably going to stem from like like maybe some bitterness of some sort, or like there's a root of something inside of you that like feels justified, right? To kind of, have that chip on your shoulder, right? But you guys, like, it's the very thing that like you can totally change. God has given us the power to rewire our brains. He has given us, the fruit of the Spirit if we will know him well and be obedient and walk in his ways, right? And so it's something that can totally change. Now, bad attitudes might be all around you. And I think this, for me, this is especially hard when I am surrounded by people who are constantly looking for things to be wrong or people who are catastrophizing. I think some people, who have been through a lot of deep trauma, tend to kind of fit this bill a little bit, right? Because like they're always on alert. Everything is so scary. And so I think this can be really hard because I feel like I can actually start whining about other people whining, right? And I entered this episode with the rant that like this is kind of be a ranty episode, right? But like this is also like, okay, so like if I feel fired up about a situation and I actually don't have anything huge on my mind that's like driving me crazy or like not, letting me sleep right now as I'm recording this. But if I get to the point where I'm spending so much energy whining about someone else and how they're whining, then that's a heart check for me, right? And so even though it doesn't feel fair, like you feel justified to whine if someone else has a bad attitude around you, you really have to turn that and kind of say like, how can I reset my heart posture, to move forward? And so at the end of the day, though, I think what I really want to point out here is that who you spend your time around really matters. Okay. And you will be the 5 closest people to you, or like the 5 closest people to you. And so are you hanging out with the victors or are you hanging out with the victims? I had to take a really good look at some relationships in my life this past year. And I've actually noticed some let's call it naivety / character flaws in myself, that I have allowed some people to come into my life who kind of bring me down, right? Who live the victim mindset, right? And I have realized that I think I attract that sometimes because I want to be loving. I want to be a loving Christian, right? But it's neat when you get to the point where you recognize, wait a minute, I have boundaries. I do not have to be around people who are whining and in a victim mindset all the time, right? Like I can actually do something about that, right? I don't have to be in a friendship like that, right? I don't have to accept that from my children too, right? Like I can draw boundaries. And so all that to say, like, are you hanging out with victors or victims? Okay. Do an inventory right now. Do an inventory. So kind of moving back to just like how this affects business is, if you are constantly whining, or if like the people around you maybe are constantly whining, right? Like think about what you can do, whether that's establish more boundaries, whether that's, hold yourself accountable to start having a more positive attitude. But I will tell you once again, I don't think I've seen a single person who is a whiny, bad attitude ridden person ever be successful in this world. And, you have to have crazy faith, unshakable courage, I would say, to keep showing up day after day, even when things are not working or you're going through a hard season. And if you do it with a poor me, woe is me attitude, I'm justified because this horrible thing happened in my life, yada, 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 you guys, you are going to have a long stint in the wilderness. Okay. So ready to walk out of that wilderness season today? That might be the key that unlocks it. Okay. Praying for you guys. We are victors, you guys. We have already won, right? God has already won. Okay. All you have to do is claim that victory, which was already won. Death was already defeated. Okay. Ladies, go download the 0 to 100K guide. It is my fast track to your first six figures in online business as a Holy Spirit-led coach, course creator, ministry leader, online business owner. Guys, I give you the exact steps that I walked through to get to that first 100K online. First, you guys, you have to figure out how to get your first 5K, right? And then you have to figure out how to maybe get your first 20K. And then you guys, you have to get to that 100K. Okay, you're going to get my exact steps. Go to the link in the show notes to download right now. Hey girl, hey, if you were loving this episode, please leave a 5-star rating and a written review on our show. If you happen to screenshot it and email it to us at team@wildandradiant.com, we're going to thank you, celebrate you, and we just want to make sure you're part of this Set Apart movement. Plus, ladies, other ladies will get to see this show. They will get to see the episodes, they will get to listen to all the goodies in here, and when you leave a review, you help us pop up easier for that show. So 1, we would love it if you would do that. 2, please share this episode with your business besties, the ones who are done with hustle culture, tired of watered down marketing, and ready to build Holy Spirit-led online businesses with fire, strategy, and biblical truth. I know you have one out there that you're thinking of right now, right? Share it, hit share, hit send, okay? And ladies, if you're looking to launch your online business and grow to that first 100K, I want you inside of the Salem Collective. It's my signature group coaching space for Christian women who are ready to activate their calling and build with biblical clarity and proven strategy. If you've already hit 6 figures or well on your way, and you're ready to scale in a place of overflow and rest so you can get to your first 500K to 1 million, then you need to apply for Eden, the Mastermind, where kingdom leaders rise, multiply, and take spiritual and digital ground together. Lastly, ladies, head to ashleyjunco.com to learn more. I'm praying bold prayers over your business. Let's radically go do the thing. I'll see you in the next episode.